Welcome back to my channel. My name's Jessica and I love doing Stampin' Up crafts with Stampin' Up products. I also do a range of other crafts. So I've got my diamond painting, and at the moment I'm building a miniature room. So if you want to see how that's coming along, I'm doing all the step-by-step instructions. I've never built one. I'm going with the flow, seeing how it goes as I go. So jump on and have a look if that interests you. Oh, sorry, I've turned the light off. That's really glary back there. Okay, so today what we're going to be using is our Zany Zebras stamps, which I just think are absolutely adorable. And I've made up a couple of cards here. So the cards that I've made up have come out of our basically beginner's catalogue. It's a really simple with a couple of simple stamps and simple products to be able to create beautiful cards. So I thought what we'd do today is actually make all 5 of these cards. So in the catalogue, you can buy it as a suite. So it's $101.75 and you get the stamp set, you get your clear block D, a packet of Whisper White cardstock, your Memento black stamp pad, a packet of watercolor pencils, and some dimensionals, and you can create all these cards. So I might put a few spins and twists on a couple of them, but I want to keep it simple because I want to be able to show you that you don't need a lot of items to be able to create your cards. You can do all these without all the extra gadgets. So I think we'll start with one of the ones I've already done. And we'll just do, I might just change the sentiments up on them a little bit. So you just grab your A4 white cardstock, and to make the standard card, sorry, my chair's been really creaky today. You just cut it in half. I might do both of them at once, so we've got 4 card bases ready to go. I think my blade's almost time for a change. It's starting to get a little bit fuzzy. I need my sandpaper. 10.5 to score, and then fold over and burnish. So you can just do it with a ruler or something, or you can go and get your bone folder. It's up to you, but I want to show you that you don't need to have all the gadgets to be able to do it. You can just do it with a ruler or something flat-sided, or even a credit card would probably work, or the store loyalty cards. Just something just to give yourself a nice crisp fold, and especially if I'm not great at doing it, getting it exactly on the right mark. So yeah, you don't necessarily need a paper trimmer. You can just see, I haven't cut that perfect either. You can just cut it with scissors, or you can even get from Stampin' Up, you can get card bases already made up, which is another good option if you don't want to go and make your cards yourself. Okay, so there's 4 of my bases. We've got the 5th one, but we'll come back to that. These are all to start with. Now I should have checked. I don't think, actually I can check now. Alright, so the watercolor pencils that you'd get in the bundle here, which you don't have to buy the bundle, you can buy them all individually, is a different set to mine. I've got the assortment 1. This is assortment 2, but I'm just working off what I have at home already. So this one, let's do this one first, because I quite enjoyed doing that one. Okay, so this one you do need an extra bit of cardstock, and what I did with that is I didn't actually cut it until I stamped it. So let's get our ink pad out, and we're just using Memento Tuxedo Black. Do I want to do Happy Birthday? Yeah, I'll do Happy Birthday again. So I've got all my stamps on a stamp block, on the clear blocks. just want to stamp happy birthday at the bottom. I like to clean my stamps. I've just got my Shammy off to the side and just give it a quick clean as I go. Which horsey do we want? Which zebra should we use? I'll use this one, the same one. So you just want to tap on your stamp pad, and I always like to just flick it over and double check. I think my black's probably starting to get due for another re-inker. And that's it. It's that simple. That's all the stamping we're doing on that card. So I can put my ink pad to the side. Now I'll grab, I'll just grab this one. Or is it going to fit in just? So I'm not even measuring this. I'm just going roughly to what I like, giving it roughly the same amount around the edge. And that's our stamping for the card. Now to get the colour on it, you use your watercoloured pens. So what colour should we do our zebra today? Let's make him, what colour does he want to be? Let's do this one here. What have we got? Calypso Coral, and I might do purple dots. It's not purple, it is Rich Razzleberry. So for the zebra, all I did with this one is I just went over roughly where any of the sort of lines were. So his hooves, his tail, his mane, inside his ear, his nose. It's just rough colouring, and then all his stripes. So you can leave it just as it is now, but with the watercolor pencils you can just use a little bit of water on a paintbrush. But I have our blender pen, which is basically sort of water inside, and if you just go over it, it just sort of softens the color a little bit and blends it so that it's not it doesn't have any sharp lines. You can then go back over with the pencil if you want your color to be a little bit more prominent, but it's sort of simple like this. That's all I do. And then I just grab a scrap bit of paper and just scribble the end to clean my brush. So there's our zebra done. And for the spots, it's the same, the blender pen or a paintbrush, and I'll open the card up, went round and put some colour on the page with some dots here, there's no order, size, it's whatever you like. They look kind of rough like this, but that's okay, you get the blender pen to them and they'll smooth out. You just want some of the watercolor actual color on the paper. Okay, and then I might do another one over here. Let's do this circle. Then I just grab my blender pen. I think I can hear my husband counting. I think he might be playing hide and seek with my son. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that in the background. I just heard, ready or not, here I come. I guess I'm playing hide and seek once I finish doing this. And see how it just blends those sharp lines of your colouring or your scribbling. I don't really call it colouring. It just blends it and makes it nice and soft. Okay, and then just grab your scrap bit of paper I've just got off camera, and I just give my pen a quick scribble. So even though it's got colour in the tip of it, it doesn't matter. Then dimensionals, which are your best friend when you're card making. I don't want to put it on there just in case it's slightly still wet. Dimensionals on the back, and your card's almost done. So you can always jazz it up. There's a lot more you can do to it, but sometimes nice and simple is cute. Maybe I'll have to do a little bit later. I'll do the same set of cards, but we can jazz them up a little bit. So just take them to the next level. Pop it about in the center, and you're done. So there's that one. All right, let's do this one here. So this one's slightly different in the fact that I need my trimmer. Oh, my chair is so squeaky. You got your card base, but all you do, now I cut, I thought I cut 1.5 inches, but that seems really wide. Let me just check how much I cut off. I can't remember now. Oh, 1.25 inches. So all I did, cut 1.25 inches strip off. Keep all your scrap cardstock. You can always use them for another card. Oh, I wish my chair would stop squeaking. Let me see if I sit on it differently, it'll stop. That's really annoying. So with this one, I just grabbed this stamp. So these are all out of the one stamp set. I just stuck my fingers in the ink pad. Good on ya, woman. Oops, a bit heavy-handed there. So I just look roughly where I need to stamp it. Perfect. I was very heavy-handed with the ink then. Stuck in my stamp. Okay, and then it's time to celebrate. Is what we're going to use. Actually, I did It's Time to Celebrate last time. Maybe I'll use You Party Animal this time. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I'll show you what I do to... Now, you've got to be careful with your stamps when they're new, trying to get them off your clear block. Just got to try and get your finger under it. Okay, so this is what I do when this is a new stamp. I haven't used it yet. So I find my sticker and I actually pop it on my clear block. Don't need those. Okay, then the trick is to get the adhesive, the protective backing off. Take the paper off your back of your stamp, pop your stamp down on your table and line this up above it. Perfect. Now this one you need a bit of scrap paper because you don't want to, I'm sure I had another piece here too, hang on, oops, there it is, because I used it the other day. Of course, you're going to be stamping off the edges. You can use post-it notes, but I can't find my post-it notes at the moment. So I'm just going to line the edge of the card with a bit of paper and my bench just to protect it. Black ink again. Protect the edge of your card. And just stamp all over wherever you feel you want to place a stamp. Do some off, some on. and you've just created yourself a background. To take it one step further, like the card, pop that away. You can get rid of your scrap bits of paper. And then what colours are we going to do? I wasn't overly impressed with the colours I chose last time. This one's got green, yellow and a blue. So what if we do green, yellow and a blue as well? And I want the pink for the zebra's tongue. So all you need to do, bit of colour on your card. Yet again, you can leave it like this, or you can take your blender pen back over it. So the blender pen doesn't come in the kit, but you can always add it. I've got the older blender pens, but the new ones come in a range of, they come in a pack. Let me look, I'll have a look for them for you. I'm pretty sure they come in a pack with some different sizes. Let me just see if I can find them quickly. Yes, I still haven't labeled my catalogue. I need to get to do that. Where is it? I've gone past it. I know which pages it'll be in, and I flick straight past them. Not there. Here somewhere. 9. No. Oh no, it's the same. Excuse me. It's a dual tip pen filled with specialist solution for easy blending. Use with your white cardstock or your shimmer cardstock and your inks. So, what was I thinking? One of them has changed. Oh, the water painters have changed. You can use those as well. So they come in 3 different tips as a set. I like the blender pen because it's easy. I don't have to worry about putting water in it. So, I'm just going to scribble over it quickly, blend some of that colour, wash it out a little bit. Remember to clean, just run your tip on some scrap paper between colours, or else you'll like I'd run the green into the yellow, which wouldn't look good. And don't forget to do his mouth. Flip it over. Your party animal, it's time to celebrate. 2 more cards, so we're 2 cards down. This one's a cute one. Kick up your heels. Really, really simple. So we've got this one and this one, and then we need the wording, and it's not on here, I put it away. I need to get myself some more clear blocks. I don't have enough. But yet again, you can stamp it all and use 1 clear block at a time. I just like to have them all ready. So we're just going to stamp on the card here. Try not to get my fingers and everything in the card. Now the clear blocks that I'm using here are not what we sell. These come in kits. So we have some kits. The clear blocks that we sell are these ones here, and they're awesome because I've got the grooves in the side, so they're easy to hold. These ones are quite thin. I don't even, oh yeah, that's a Stampin' Up, but they come in the kits, so they're not as oh yeah, they're not as nice as the ones that you buy separately, but the grooves are good because it keeps your fingers out of the ink pads. And if you're anything like me, I get my fingers in all the ink pads. I'm very, very good at doing it. So I like the grooves on them because kind of keeps my fingers away from the inks a little bit more. Then you grab this one here, which is just like a shadow underneath. Boop. Too much ink. Boop. Boop. And then we grab a scrap bit of paper. Let me see if I've got perfect, the piece that we cut off the other card before, and kick up your heels. Done. Okay, stamp pad can go away. Remember, try and close your stamp pad in between using it. It will just stop it from drying out. We can put that aside and cut it. I'm just going to pick colours, and I'm going to do the same as I did with the first one with my watercolour pencils. I'm going to do all the horses first, colour them, and then I'll come back and go over them with the watercolour. You don't need to go over them. Maybe this one I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it. What other colour should we do? Let's do an orange horse. Why not? Because horses are always orange, or zebras. He needs a little bit of that pink in his mouth there. His ears. I'm not a colourer, so you don't have to be fancy at colouring and drawing. I love my crafts. I'm a crafter. I cannot draw. I cannot paint. But give me other forms of crafts. I'm really good. Even colours. I hate picking colours. That's something I get my husband to do for me. The amount of times he's picked out colours for quilts and jewellery, and he does all my colour picking for me. But when it comes to stamping and gluing, I can do that. My 4-year-old loves coming and making cards. This pencil needs to be sharpened. Loves to come and make cards with me. So I'm not going to even watercolor this one. I'm just going to leave it as is. Grab my trimmer back out. I'm just going to cut that off there. Make it skinnier. Kick up your heels. Oh, that's not great. It's a little bit straighter. Dimensionals. So if there were some items that I'd said if you were thinking about stamping that you would need, is dimensionals, definitely. Tombow liquid glue, must have. Tuxedo, the Memento black ink, because you can use it with any stamp set. What are some of my others? A trimmer is really, really handy, and you can use it for all sorts of things. So there's our kick up your heels. Okay, so that's 3 out of the 5. The next one here, all I've done is I've done like a hash mesh sort of pattern with the pencils in the background. I can't be bothered. I'm just going to use some DSP. So I'm going to use the blue, and this is for our flowers for every season. I just can't be bothered drawing those today. So I'm going to be a little bit lazy. And you're allowed to be. If you've got paper, by all means, go and have a look in your stash of paper and see what you have. So I'm going to cut this one at 10 centimeters. Maybe, if I can get it straight. By 14.4. Which it probably almost is. Just cut a little strip off there. So I'm going to use my paper as my background for this one. Like I said, you don't have to. You can use whatever paper you have. Excuse me while I just shove my paper away before I lose those couple of little slices there. And we're going to need this back out again too. So I probably want to take, actually how big's that? Yeah, I need to take more off that. So that was 10. So I want to probably make it 7. And I've probably cut it too small now. Three and a half from 1, 2, 3, 11 and a half, 11 and a quarter, 11.4. Let me just see what that's like. Perfect. So I ended up doing that one. Now I can't remember what did I say I cut it at. I cut it at 7 by 11.4. And that's going to be our middle piece. So we need our scrap paper back again because we're going to stamp off the edge. We're going to use one of each. We're going to use our standy up one. Where's my inks gone? What I love about these two is they're fairly quick cards. So if you needed to make a heap for birthdays or even like invitations would be good. So I'm just going to stamp him slightly off and he can have this mate here, the like prancing one. He's only slightly off. And we're going to do you party. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, I'm just going to have kick up your heels. In the catalogue, it has you party people, so it has like a longer one, but I'm going to do kick up your heels. And then we need some hats and stars. So I need to set up those stamps because I haven't used them yet. Did I clean that? No. Okay, let's see. Stars and hats. So it's almost... Wild About You's the only one that I haven't used making these cards. So I've managed to use all my stamps, which is awesome. It means I'm getting use out of all of them. But the stars and yeah, Wild About You is the only one I haven't used from this set yet. So I'm just peeling off my stickers. I'm going to put one on each side of this stamp pad so I can just do it all at once. Move him for a moment. We'll do the hat first. The party hat. So peel that off. Peel it off here. Oops. So yeah, I'm going to get lots of these. These would be awesome for like making birthday invitations as well. Yeah, especially with everything going on. If you can make a birthday invitation because you can only have 1 or 2 friends around, how special to actually sit down and make an actual invite, make a special invite, make that party all that little bit more special. And the stars are cute. I can see me using the stars all the time. So we'll bring back our ink. So all we're going to do is we're going to give each of our zebras a party hat. Because what's a party without a party hat? Now, I probably should have... No, we can just do it on the top like this. Party hats, they look amazing. And then we're just going to sprinkle some stars around them. And try and do it a bit flatter. Stars are cool. And then colour as much or as little as you want. Up to you. You could put that on just as is. Let's have a look what it looks like just as is. I'm going to glue on my background. Oh, my glue is yucky. Okay. Glue this on. And yet again, you wouldn't even need your Tombow ink if you did this without your designer series paper, because you could just do it with some pencils. Just draw some lines. And then, I mean, you could even do it just like that. That would look fine. I'm going to colour it in though. Let's give this one a blue hat. I'll do all my colouring and then come back and do my blender pens on it. This one can have, I'm going to go a yellow hat. I need to sharpen my pencils. I need to swap seats. This one is groaning like there's no tomorrow. I don't know why it started groaning. Sorry, just sharpening my pencil a little bit because it was quite blunt. Been using them a bit lately. Let's put some yellow there, put some blue up here. What colour horses should we do? I'm going to do a green one again. So you can get, I think I have an aqua painter here. I do. I'll show you just an aqua painter. It's not a Stampin' Up one, but it'll work. Let's do him as orange. Green and orange. I kept forgetting their hooves and their tails. These ones don't have tails because they're stamped off. So I've got my aqua painter. So this is just basically a pen filled with water. Let's see what he does. Yeah. So you can use your aqua painters again. This isn't a Stampin' Up one. This is just from a different craft shop. But it works the same with the got a very long tip, this one. It's a bit hard to control. Be good for really fine work. So yet again, you just give it a swish out so that you've got no colour on the end. Do you like this blue? What's the blue called? Pacific Point. Yellow. I'm not even going to worry about doing my brush tip when I'm going to green from yellow. It'll just be a little bit yellower down there. So you can give it as much colour as you want. You could colour him green and just do his stripes as black. If you really wanted to. Up to you. He's done. Dimensionals on the back. Your best friend. This one's going to have a few because it's quite a large sheet of paper. If you don't put enough on them, you might find that they sag a bit when you're, especially if it's going in the post. Love my dimensionals, hate taking the backings off them all. Alright, there's that one. Kick up your heels. And the last one we've got is the same sort of thing, but it's in a square card rather than what? Trying to think what paper I've. Okay, let's do it square. What size am I going to do? That's not good. I just dropped my trimmer. Okay, let's do a square one. So how big do we want to make it? $15cm square card. No, let's do 12. So that's 12 centimeters that way, then we need 24 this way, and we have to score at 12. This is a 12 centimeter square card. Now this one is similar to excuse me, the zebra one where it's got the peekaboo, so I'm going to cut 1 1/4 inches off here. Keep that for later. So this one we're going to have to do a bit of masking again, but let's stamp the front here first. So we're going to use the hat. We're going to use "It's time to celebrate happy birthday." So let's go. Actually, I might work up from happy birthday. So I'm just going to go happy birthday. And then "It's time to celebrate," so I just need to get that one out. And find me a block. Just clean this off so I don't get ink on my hands. Just need to get this one off. It's time to celebrate. And then our little hat. Now I probably could have gone up a bit higher with this, but it's okay. I'll know that for next time. We still need this. So, and then we need our stars. So we need to mask off again. We need to mask in 2 spots this time, so I'm going to cut my bit of paper in half. Like I said, post-it notes are really good for this, but I've lost mine. I can't find them. I've put them somewhere, I don't know where. So I'm going to mask just this little strip here. Glue on my fingers from earlier. And I'm going to try and mask both sides. Actually, do you know what I'm going to mask the other side with? Just some washi tape. So I'll leave one bit of paper on there. And then I'm just going to put some washi tape there, because that should pull off fairly easy if I don't stick it down too hard. And we're just going to star away. So similar as last time, that you want to pop them down, some on, some off. Try and do it even. Got too much ink on some of those. No, I've written my card. That was not a good idea. Okay. We're going to have to start again. Do not use washi tape. I thought it would come off. We can fix this though. We can fix this. We can fix this. Okay, so that front was, we can fix this. It's okay. It's not a disaster yet. So we've got a 12 centimeter square card. Let's cut a 12 centimeter piece off. Actually, we'll go just under, no, let's do 12. And how wide do we want it? Let's get my ruler out. To cover up my mistake, we need 7.5 centimeters. And I do apologize if this cuts out. I have a feeling my phone battery is about to die, and I didn't bring a charger out with me. So let's do the party hat again. It's time to celebrate. Where did that go? And happy birthday. Oh, that wasn't great. Now I'm trying to rush because I know my phone's going to die. It's time to celebrate. That's better, not the best. Okay, I want a blue hat because I thought the blue looked amazing. And we want to colour our stars in yellow because stars are always yellow. Get our blender, blend them quickly. So I might wrap it up now just in case it finishes. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll pop all the links to the products that I've used today in the description below. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please hit the subscribe button to be notified of any upcoming videos. So keep your eye out for some in the future that will, I'll come back and revisit these cards, but we'll do it as a stepped up version. So we'll add something to them. I'm not sure what yet. I'll have to think about it, but I will come up with something. There you go. All fixed. Except then I smudged ink, didn't I? Put some stars on the inside so that you can see them when you open the card up. Oh, from the front as well. I'm shocking with little stamps. I'm really good at putting too much ink on them and pressing way too hard. Need to go over a bit further. Stamping too quick now. Done, done, done. Dun, dun, dun. Little bit of colour in all our stars. Winker Stella would give it a little bit of a gold shimmer to the stars. That would look beautiful, but that would be in a stepped up card. So right now we're just doing some basic stamping. And the blender pen. And I really don't mind if my colour's outside the lines. You might want to be a little bit more particular on that. But I like imperfections. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. And that is our card. So it's time to party. I'll just move these out of the way. We've got kick up your heels. Kick up your heels. Party animal. 5 different cards you can do with some basic stamping and some basic products. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked, give me a thumbs up or subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.